This is Rob Liefeld. Kai Review is going down.
Hey guys, just finished watching Marvel's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Season 6, Episode 11. Wow, what episode. Oh my god. I'm really excited to see as to where things go with this show. I really like the way things are going. The storylines are really fun. Disappointing though that this season and most likely next season we still haven't had a good crossover connection to any of the movies in a long time. So this is kind of disappointing. I'd like to see it connected more. But with the way things are going right now, there's a possibility that they could leave the characters open after the end of season 7 to reprising their characters as in the MCU, in the other stuff. And I'm thinking that they could, seems like they're pointing all the characters toward a point where they could just leave them there. And if the movies guys would like to, and they can, hopefully they do, they can have them pop up in the movies, have them pop up in the TV, in the Disney Plus shows, and do things like that. That way you can leave them there, and you don't really need to deal with too much of the baggage right now with the characters. Now, right now you have Coulson. He's not really Coulson. He's Sarge and all that stuff. So that's a bit too much baggage to bring that character like that over to the Disney Plus shows, to a movie, to whatever. But if we get Coulson back in that body with the powers, that could be something interesting. And all of a sudden you just say Coulson just has powers now. Go watch this whole show to understand it, but you don't really need to know more than Coulson has powers now, right? I think that could be something simple, and you just have these background characters for the rest of the movies. They could be supporting cast members, right, in some of the shows, like Falcon and Winter Soldier should be really interesting. Hopefully they can be in that. Fingers crossed. If I'm not mistaken, they're just about to finish filming season 7 as we speak. I think they're just like in the last episode. So that'll be quite interesting to see as to where things go with the characters after these shows. So this episode was really good. We start off with Yo-Yo. We see that she's free. She's no longer, S.H.I.E.L.D's not in her body. And then it's revealed that, S.H.I.E.L.D was in Mac to get some information out of her. So that was cool. We see May is hoping that Coulson is still inside of Sarge and stuff. She's kind of holding out hope. We see S.H.I.E.L.D kind of toys with Benson to try and get some information out of him. And she does get most of the information out of him. And then Daisy ends up snapping. We see Daisy snaps Sarge's neck. She figures that, well, you kill him again, every time he re-heals, he'll become more powerful, and his powers grow and expand and evolve, right? So she's forcing him to evolve. So that's really cool with that. We see that we find out he was created by the monolith. We kind of knew all that too, but there's pieces of that. So it seems like he might be, he's like, they kind of showed flashes that looked like he was kind of made like the same way Benson's boyfriend was, and kind of like an illusion maybe from the monolith, or something that's fake. So that's kind of something interesting with that. And we see that, or bits of pieces of the future or something, or at least that's what it looks like. It's unclear if that's going to be him, or if maybe that was a glimpse to the future of the monolith bringing back Coulson, which could be interesting, could be fun. We see Sarge's powers are gonna get turned up way to 1,000, to the max and stuff. That's pretty cool. Now he's super powerful, probably more powerful than Sky, Daisy Johnson and stuff. That was kind of interesting. So that'd be cool to see them, at one point, maybe in the next 2 episodes. Since the next 2 episodes will be, aired simultaneously as a 2-hour event. So that'll be cool. We see that. So it'd be cool to see their powers go at it. If they can Daisy and hammer their power, who's stronger, right? That could be quite cool playing with that. It seems, but at the same time, Sarge might be a little bit stronger just because he has no control. That could be something interesting playing with that. We see Sarge calls Daisy Sky, so that's when she's just about to stab him type thing and kill him and stuff. And he calls her Sky, putting in hope for him being Coulson, right? Which is an interesting shot. The way that whole scene was really cool, especially when he said Sky and she was holding the sword. But every time they kept cutting from Coulson or Sarge to Daisy Sky, and she was holding the sword, that whole sword looked so fake in that shot. It looked really good all the time when you're showing it, but every time when you saw her and you saw bits of the sword and stuff, it looked like a thick blade, and it didn't even have an edge on it, and it's like, why are you not using it as an edge? It's like you're showing us a close-up of this sword, and it looks dull. Like, it looks not even have an edge, anything near, like it wouldn't even cut a piece of cheese or anything like that. Like, it would look so dull. It just looked kind of silly the whole way, and it didn't really look like there was any much of an edge. And when you had a close-up shot of her face with the sword like there, and you saw a good chunk of the blade, it was like, why was there no edge on there? And yeah, I understand, there's not going to be an edge all the way they could say there's not an edge all the way. There's only an edge at the top where you're going to stab. But it's a sword. You have to have an edge all the way. So it's just kind of a bit weird. And that sword kind of took me out of it a few times. Like, oh, it just looks so fake because of the dull edge. It looks like a real metal thing that she's probably holding, to give her the weight and all that stuff, because in this scene she's not doing anything dangerous with it, so they could give her a real sword because she's just going to hold it up there so she can have actually it looks real, the movements with the weight of a sword, right? So that's kind of interesting, but that was kind of good with that. But then it looked kind of so fake that it was just like there's no edge on it to make it even look like it would be slightly even slightly look like it could be, sharp at all. So this looked kind of silly, and I understand it's not supposed to be a real sword and all that stuff, but it should have a serious edge on it, at least, or I'll make it look like it has a serious edge on it. So yeah, that kind of took me out of it, but otherwise that scene was really amazing. So I definitely can't wait to see as to where things go, and like I've been saying, I'm really hoping that they end this show with the characters being, and the characters kind of pretty much in the same position that they were at the beginning of the show, so that the movies can just pick them up and just put them into their movies, put them into the Disney Plus shows. And you got to put Coulson back in his body, because you can't just have Sarge. That's just too complicated to just bring that into another show. They would never do that. If you have Coulson and you just say, oh, he has powers now, and then it's just like, he could just say, and whenever he's in another show, movie, he can just have a one-liner, and that's when you have it like that as a background character. So that could be really cool, or even just don't have him to use the powers too often in the movies, or just take away his powers type thing by the end of the next season. So who knows? I'm just hoping that they leave this kind of open for the characters to be brought into other media for Marvel and the MCU. So let me know what you think, guys, about this in the comments below. Where would you like to see all the cast go, or where would you like to see them? I think they're going to have to be spread out. You can't just have this whole cast be in another, in Falcon and Winter Soldier. That would just be too much. It just would be convoluted by having that. You could have Fitzsimmons pop up there. You could have Mac pop up there. You could have Coulson pop up there. Maybe Coulson and Skye. Maybe Daisy and or Melinda May. Something like that would make sense. Maybe May is the one giving them their mission. Who knows? Or Coulson can give them their mission if Coulson's back. That would be really cool playing with that. So I definitely think it'd be quite interesting dealing with that. So yeah, let me know what you think, guys, in the comments below, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.
We're here for Kyle Reviewed on YouTube, the very best Kyle Reviewed channel on all the YouTube Kyle Reviewed channels. You got that? You got that right? Thank you for watching Kyle Reviewed. Deadpool and I thought it was fantastic. You need to like, you need to subscribe. You know how it's done. Like, subscribe. Right, DP? All right, Kyle Reviewed. Cool channel.